Hello, fashion friends. Have you ever opened your closet, looked at everything inside, and still thought, I don't know what to wear? Not because you don't have clothes, but because nothing feels like it comes together easily. You might try one outfit, then change it, then try something else, and suddenly getting dressed feels like a process instead of something simple. And that's when getting dressed gets frustrating because your closet is full, but nothing is working. So in this video, I want to walk you through why your closet feels overwhelming, even when you have plenty of clothes, and more importantly, how to fix it. We're going to break down what's actually causing that feeling, and then toward the end, I'm going to show you a much simpler way to structure your wardrobe so getting dressed becomes easy again. Most people assume the issue is, I need better clothes. I need more options. I just haven't figured out my style yet. But most of the time, none of that is true. Because if having more clothes actually solved the problem, you wouldn't feel overwhelmed. You'd feel prepared. The real issue is that your closet doesn't function as a system. It's made up of individual pieces, not outfits. So every time you get dressed, you're starting from scratch. You're not choosing from combinations. You're trying to build something on the spot. And that's what creates the overwhelm. This usually happens slowly. You pick something up you like here, something different there, maybe something trendy, something on sale, something that looked good in the moment. And over time, your closet becomes a mix of things you like, but not things that work together. So when you go to get dressed, you might have a top you love, a pair of pants you like, a jacket that works on its own. But when you try to combine them, it doesn't come together naturally. And now you're standing there trying to force an outfit out of pieces that weren't designed to work together. That's where getting dressed starts to feel exhausting. Now imagine the opposite. You open your closet and most of what you see naturally pairs together. You don't have to think as hard. You don't have to force combinations. That's the difference between a full closet and a functional one. Another thing that makes getting dressed harder than it needs to be is a lack of a consistent approach. Most people are reinventing outfits every single day. You open your closet and think, what should I wear today? Instead of thinking, I know what works, let me build from that. And that might sound small, but it changes everything. Because without a structure, every outfit requires decision making. You're evaluating every piece, every combination, every option, and that builds up quickly. Now imagine having a simple starting point, something like a base, a layer, a finishing piece. Now instead of figuring everything out from scratch, you're just selecting within a structure that already works. That's what reduces the mental load. Another pattern that quietly creates overwhelm is how most people shop. You see something you like, it fits well, it looks good, so you buy it. But when you bring it home, it doesn't actually connect to your wardrobe. It doesn't pair easily with what you already have. So now it becomes something you own, but you don't reach for. And over time, this builds a closet full of pieces that don't support each other. Now, instead of helping you get dressed, your wardrobe is creating more decisions. Now imagine shifting that slightly. Instead of asking, do I like this? You start asking, how will I wear this? What does this go with? If I bought this today, what outfits would it actually create? That one shift changes how your wardrobe grows. And this is also where seeing real outfit combinations can be really helpful, because once you start thinking in terms of how pieces work together, you start noticing which items actually make getting dressed easier. So if you want to see examples of pieces that mix well, layer easily, and work across multiple outfits, I do share a lot of those on my LTK. You'll be able to see how things come together in real life, wearable combinations. Another reason your closet can feel overwhelming is when too many items only work with specific outfits. You might have something you love, but it only works with one pair of pants or one specific top. And if that combination isn't feeling right that day, the piece becomes unusable. Now multiply that across your closet. You have plenty of clothes, but very few actual options because nothing is flexible. Now compare that to a piece that works multiple ways. A top that pairs with several bottoms, shoes that work across different outfits, layers that can shift the outfit depending on how you style them. Now each piece has more than one role, and that's what creates ease. This one is a little different because it's not just about your wardrobe, it's about how you make decisions. When you don't fully trust your style yet, every outfit feels uncertain. You second guess everything. Does this work? Is this right? Should I change this? And that uncertainty slows everything down. Even simple outfits start to feel complicated because you're evaluating every step. Once you start trusting your choices, getting dressed becomes much faster. Not because your wardrobe changed, but because your decision making did. Now we've walked through what creates that overwhelmed feeling. This is where everything starts to shift because the solution is not what most people expect. It's not more clothes, it's not a better wardrobe, And it's definitely not starting over. It's structure. What most closets are missing isn't style, it's a system. Right now, your closet might feel like a collection of individual pieces. Things you like, things you've picked up over time, but they don't operate together. So every time you get dressed, you're starting from zero. You're trying to build an outfit from scratch. And that's what creates the friction. Now imagine something different. Instead of thinking in terms of individual pieces, you start thinking in terms of repeatable combinations. You're no longer asking, what should I wear today? You're asking, what combination am I building from? That one shift changes everything because now getting dressed becomes a process instead of a problem. And here's what that actually looks like in real life. Instead of having a closet full of random bottoms that don't pair easily with layers that don't quite work, you begin organizing your wardrobe in a way that naturally supports itself. You might have a few reliable bottoms, tops that pair easily with those bottoms, and a couple of layering pieces that elevate everything. And the shoes work across multiple outfits. Now everything connects. And when everything connects, you don't have to think as hard. Let's make this really simple. Imagine opening your closet and seeing 3 bottoms, a pair of straight leg denim, a tailored trouser, a relaxed everyday pant, now 5 tops, a fitted knit, a relaxed blouse, and a clean t-shirt, a lightweight sweater, and a structured button-up. Then 2 layering pieces, a blazer, a simple jacket, and 2 shoes, a sleek sneaker, and a polished ankle boot. Now pause for a second. Nothing here is extreme. Nothing is trendy. This is all very normal clothing, but here's where everything changes. Instead of thinking about each item individually, you start thinking about how they combine. That one pair of denim can work with multiple tops. Each top can be layered with either jacket. Both shoes can work across different combinations. Now instead of having 12 pieces, you have dozens of outfit combinations, and none of them require you to figure it out because the system already works. And this is the part most people miss. It's not about having more options, it's about having better combinations. Once your wardrobe is built this way, getting dressed becomes dramatically easier. You're no longer guessing, you're selecting. And that's a completely different experience. So if your closet has been feeling overwhelming, it's not because you need more clothes, and it's not because you don't have style. It's because your wardrobe hasn't been structured in a way that supports you yet. And once you start shifting how your pieces work together, everything becomes easier. Getting dressed feels faster, outfits feel more intentional, and your closet starts to feel like something that actually works. And if you want to see real life pieces that are easy to mix, easy to style, and actually work with this kind of system, I share those on my LTK. You'll find combinations there that are simple, wearable, and designed to work together. And if this kind of content is helping you understand your style better, make sure you're subscribed because we're going to keep building on this. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.